Hi there, everybody. I'm Glenn Giangrandi, and you are watching Pinstriped Weekly. Pinstriped Weekly talks about the hot topics currently surrounding the 26-time world champion New York Yankees. And before I get into it with my associate Chris Shern here, just want to say that the opinions heard on this program do not necessarily reflect the views of YesNetwork.com or the Yes Network as a whole. As I said, Chris Shern here with me. Chris, let's jump right into it. The Rocket Man, Roger Clemens, back in the mix. We got to talk about him. Now, obviously, he's going to help the Yankees in some capacity. I don't necessarily think, at least I don't, that he's going to be in his old Houston form, but he should be able to be a huge contributor as the season goes on. What do you think of all the concessions that were made? A lot's been made in the media about the family plan that he's on. Do you agree with that decision to give into those concessions?
You know what? I listened to what Joe Torre had to say about talking to the players, and if they don't have a problem with it, Glenn, then why should I have a problem with it? As long as Roger Clemens is winning ball games and going at least 5-6 innings and getting the bullpen the rest that they need to maybe close out a game that he comes in and pitches well for 5 innings, then how am I or anyone out there in the media to say that this is a bad thing?
Well, and as you just said, 5 or 6 innings, Clemens is going to be getting a lot of money here. Do you expect him to go a little bit deeper for the money he's getting? I mean, if he winds up going 5 or 6 innings, he's not really going to be doing that much of a service to the bullpen.
He's basically giving you Keigawa innings or someone that they have now, Darryl Rasner, but he's Roger Clemens. I know he's going to be 45 years old on August 4th. I know he's 44 now, but it doesn't really matter. He's Roger Clemens, and if he could bring to the table maybe 75% of what he brought to the table in Houston, the Yankees made the right move here. They needed some help. They're destroyed in the starting rotation.
So you don't think Keigawa could provide that kind of help?
I really don't see it. They sent him down to Single-A Tampa. He's working down there with the coaches down at Tampa, and I think they needed to do that. He's leaving a lot of his pitches up in the strike zone, and when you do that, you're going to get destroyed at any level that you're at. So they have to work on his mechanics down there, and they have to get him to spot his pitches, and when he does that, he'll get better.
Now, do you think he can be salvaged? Do you think it can work in some capacity for Keigawa, working with Nardi Contreras and Gil Patterson?
He's a young guy. He's only 27 years old. This is his first time in the States playing Major League Baseball in America, so you got to give him a little bit of a pass, but I think the Yankees did the right thing in sending him down because he needs to obviously work on some things before he comes back up because he's not getting the job done. He had that one solid outing against the Red Sox when he came in for Jeff Karstens when he got the line drive off.
The six innings, of course.
And he pitched 6 solid innings and really helped Joe Torre and the Yankees out. And if he didn't do that, they would have gotten swept 2 times by the Red Sox.
Now, last topic we're going to talk about an area that the Yankees, up until this year, looked a little bit thin, but it's really looked pretty darn good over the first few weeks of the year. Young pitching. We've seen Darryl Rasner making contributions from AAA. He, of course, made contributions last year as well. Matt DeSalvo. Do you think that these young pitchers have any long-term future with the team? Obviously, we all know that Phil Hughes is a major piece of the future here. Can the other guys find places on this team?
Unfortunately, I don't think so, because if you look at the Yankees' track record, they really go after free agents. Take Carl Pavano, for instance, Glenn.
Ooh.
Exactly, $40 million, and he's pitched 111 innings. That's not really a lot of innings getting, over 4 years for a guy that really hasn't done anything. He had one good start up in Minnesota this year, but then he got hurt again. I mean, I don't know if you really should delve out into the free agent market. Spend some time with these guys. Have Guidry work with them. Have Dave Island work with them down at Trenton. Get these guys to the point where you don't have to go out into free agency, and you could start building that farm system of young arms back up so you could get some breaks for the bullpen. This guy came up, DeSalvo, and he gave him 7 innings for crying out loud.
Great. So you got the loss.
And he's in your
he didn't get the loss.
No, he didn't get the loss, but he's in your farm system. The Yankees have to concentrate on not giving a boatload of money to a bunch of guys who just come in here and maybe just cash their checks, a la Pavano. I mean, I know he's been hurt, but he's getting into a car accident. He doesn't tell the organization. Sooner or later, you bend and then you break. Carl Pavano is broken.
Were you surprised to see him still with this team after spring training broke?
No, I wasn't, actually. And, I was a little excited because, you heard in the off-season he really put some time in and he worked out.
You really bought into the training regimen in Arizona? I did not. I thought they should have got something for him the second that they could.
And Glenn, I was wrong.
We all are at some point, aren't we? Me a little bit rarer than you.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Well, that's going to do it. Chris, thank you for being here. That will do it for this edition of Pinstripe Weekly. For all your Yankees needs and coverage, please visit us online at YesNetwork.com. For the aforementioned Chris Shern, I'm Glenn Giangrandi saying thanks for watching. Come on back next time.